5 years ago, we built a 302 in the garage on a budget. Your basic 302 rebuild with a junkyard GT40 top end. Since then, it's seen thousands of miles, a handful of drag strip passes, and more boost than we ever planned to throw at it. Recently, the car's been having issues and we've been fixing them one at a time. So after 5 years, while we have the parts off the engine, we're gonna compression check our budget build, just see how good it is. After all the abuse it's been through, there may be something we haven't seen yet that might be a serious issue. Today we're going to be checking the heartbeat of our old junkyard GT40 build that we've did here on the channel. It makes well over 500 of the crank, GT40 P heads and intake. Super budget build you can do in your garage. We're also going to be checking some of the key components that create that power to the wheels. And this is an old turbo kit that we kind of put together with spare parts that we had on the shelf. Last time we took it to the track, we had a really big exhaust leak. It was coming from the passenger side, and these headers have always had an issue cracking over time due to just metal fatigue. We also want to check our little turbo that we built with like 3 of the junk turbos that we had on the shelf and take a quick check to make sure it's not leaking oil out the back and seems to be okay. The leak was bad enough on the turbo exhaust. I think it had something to do with the reason why the boost wouldn't build past a specific amount. And the nice thing about taking this header off is we found like 3 plug wires that were loose. And one of the main things in the video we're gonna check is the compression. So in our garage, it gets nice and dark in here. So that's one way that we can check for cracks is by using a lamp to go in and check each port. So if you notice, I'll put it in the exhaust port, put it in the header port, and if there was a crack anywhere, it would be showing. I'm not seeing anything, are you? You got to check inside this little collector area too. You probably can't see very well, and I'm sorry, but you can see that there's light. There's a good amount of light coming through. It's just kind of a rudimentary way of checking it real quick. Each exhaust pipe. Just put a light in there, and I don't see anything happening, do you? Looks really good. So one of the things that we've always done here on the channel is we've always made sure that the surface is flat. Sometimes these flange gets a little bit warped, and all of our headers, we'll put it on our machine over there, and I'll run it and I'll plane it and make sure that it's got a good seating, and it'll tell me if it's warped at all. I've found a bunch of these warped before in my past. As we go through and we add plates, you can see here, we know where they've cracked a lot before. We'll re-weld this T4. We'll put a gusset. This is huge right here, adding a gusset just to give it some strength. And then we'll plate it. Like this was cracked up here and we fixed it. It was cracked. We put a little plate here, put a little plate in the front, and just adding some support to it. I mean, if you have a welder and you have some extra sheet metal, well, it's worth doing. That thing's been through years of abuse, and obviously it's not cracked. It sure beats having to buy another one. As far as this turbo is concerned, this is what I wanted to check as well. It would be a bunch of oil back here, like a bad seal and or a bad journal bearing or something making it. Now we've actually bent these on my 363 a number of times. So there's like 3 turbos in one here. You know, it's not balanced at all. It's definitely not the most perfect. And this is an old 70. I think this is a Mr. gasket. It worked pretty well. I could actually reuse this if I just ground it down, but you can see where it was leaking from. So what they told me is when they took the header off, these first like 3 or 4 bolts literally were finger tight. You can see all the carbon on my spark plugs. I may end up going ahead and changing the spark plugs because this is kind of a pain in the ass to get to when you have this type of a system on your cars. Now I know it's not really a fancy video. We're going to be doing a lot of work to get Dad's car back up and running. We got a tamer we want to put in Dad's car because this McLeod clutch is working really good. We think we need to tame the clutch and the launch, and we can get this car into the 10s even without doing a weight reduction. The main objective of the video is to get a heartbeat on the 302 Junkyard GT40 build that we've turboed for a number of years and see how good the compression is. So compression tester is pretty simple, something you can get at the parts store. And I'm just going to show you the one time on this and then just show you the values of each cylinder. So I got Cousin Paul in here. He's going to hold the throttle body open. Usually if you had to do it yourself, you can just put a brick in there. Make sure there's no fuel, no spark, and we're going to crank it over and see what the value is. We got a little overflow here for oil. We'll just put back in the engine. That's a nice little clean container, and we're not worried about it starting. So go ahead and hit it. So we got about, what is that? 172? So we're gonna call it 170 even. When we get them all pumped up, I'll just show you the value of each one of them. As long as they're within 10% of each other, we're not really worried about it. But 170s, that's nice and healthy. We were hoping it was between at least 140 and 180. But this motor, like I said, has been rebuilt at one point with new rings. And yeah, that's a pretty good compression. If we get numbers around that all the way around, I'm gonna be super happy. So we're gonna move on to each cylinder. I showed you how I did it, and then I'll just show you the end value. So we'll mark these. That way we have a good idea of what it looked like if we ever check the compression again. That's paint marker too, so it comes right off if we want it to. All right, here we go with number 2. Throttle is open. That's good. I'm gonna call that 170 as well. Go ahead, Paul. So that one's at 180. All right, number 5. Go ahead and fire it up. That's good. Call that 175. Mm-hmm. Right at just over 170. We're gonna call it 170. All right, number 8. Go ahead, brother. Right on the money, look at that. Well, okay. 170, right on the money. Same as all the other ones. Now there's 2 cylinders we didn't show. Number 3, we forgot to turn the camera on. It was at 170, just like the others. Number 6, we didn't test because of the plug angle on the cylinder heads. But judging by the way the spark plug looked and by the other cylinders, there was really no reason for concern. We'll check it another day if we ever take the header off. It's kind of funny, we're going through our old spark plugs and pulling out some of our old black car spark plugs that we had from years ago with the GT40 stuff. Used to run pretty clean, same tune that we pretty much got in Dad's car here. Old Autolite 103s. So I'm pretty happy with all the compression numbers on it. Now it's just at the point we're gonna put some new plugs in it and gap them to probably like 22, 23 and get it back together. Apparently our big exhaust leak header was just loose, and we got a chance to check the life of the turbo. We showed you earlier, it literally has no play in it for being a journal bearing. We'll go ahead and get the plugs in and get the thing fired back up and get it mobile again. All right, we got everything pretty much back together. Took our time making sure everything was right. I custom made this downpipe. It goes in from the top. It's a really nice little piece. I'm pretty happy with what we did with this kit. I pretty much took all the years of experience of messing with these things and kind of made it the way I wanted to when I actually built it. But just got a charge pipe to put on, got an exhaust to put on down at the bottom, and we're gonna fire it up and take it for a quick ride down the street, make sure it goes A to B. We put some new gaskets on it, did a little bit of maintenance on it that it needed. So we're gonna give it a quick fire and see if everything's good to go. Go ahead, Cousin Paul. Out of gear. Definitely runs pretty good. Charge pipe likes to touch this right here. See that? We'll adjust that. That's no problem. Definitely runs pretty good. A lot better than it did. All right, take it for a quick ride. Make sure it's good. Guys, we pretty much did what we had to do today in this video. We found out the actual heartbeat of our little junkyard GT40 302 build that we have here in Dad's car. And the main thing is Dad can enjoy this thing on the street, have no issues on street trim. I'm pretty happy with 170 across the board with compression. The one's 180, but it's well within the 10% range. And I think this motor's still got a lot of life left in it. We put new nitrous to it, we put supercharger to it. We've had this turbo on here a number of years. Who knows how long it's gonna last? you know what? My dad enjoys driving it all the time, and we take it to the track and keep this thing in tip-top shape the best we can and bring that content to you. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Check out that join button, become a member of the channel as it goes to do things like this and bring content to the channel. But I appreciate you for watching. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.